Hey, good afternoon, you guys. My name is Rachel Neagle. I'm a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I am here to talk to you about Chapter 4 of Sarah Robbins' Rock Your Network Marketing Business. In Chapter 4, she talks specifically about promoting the products. There was some really great information and takeaways in this chapter. A lot of it doesn't specifically apply to our network marketing business because our compensation plan is so unique. A lot of what she discusses in the chapter deals with getting paid on organizational volume, and that's not really beneficial for what we do necessarily, but I think that she had some awesome takeaways. So I hope that you guys dug into the chapter. I hope that you picked up on some of the language and the verbiage that she used as she described how to interact with people. I hope that you'll take advantage of ordering samples from your back office, making sure that you have those samples on hand as you meet with potentials, as you do events, even as you're out and about and having conversations with people that you're interacting with in your community. Having those samples with you so that you can give somebody our product immediately and have it for them to try out and follow up with them, that is just going to be invaluable. What I'm going to talk to you guys about today, though, is specifically how to promote our products, how to talk about Plexus with your friends, your family, people that you do life with, people that you interact with on social media, and so forth. Whether we choose to lead as we're growing our business, whether we choose to lead with the business opportunity or the products themselves, we still have to be able to talk about and discuss the products with people. Corporate has given us an incredible resource in our Success Kit that really will help you launch your business from day one. And one of the awesome things that they included in that was our Plexus product guide. Anything that is on these cards is completely compliant for you to share on social media with people. I would suggest, and I tell my new people, take these with you as you're meeting with people over coffee or for lunch to discuss Plexus. Don't feel like you have to have all of the answers from day one. You could take literally one of these cards and study it and share with your growing team about the products, and you could launch your business just from this. I am kind of known within the Plexus community as being somebody who really has dug into researching our products because I wanted to understand, really before I ever even took them, what they would do for me. How they might benefit me. A little bit of my background is that I went through what I affectionately call hormone hell after I had both of my children. What it uncovered was underlying issues with my thyroid, with my adrenal system, and with some other hormone issues. And I was blessed that I got to work with a functional medicine doctor. At the time I lived in Amarillo, Texas. And, he really got me to about 85% of normal. When I very first started hearing about Plexus, it was on Facebook, and I immediately put on my hat of skepticism and thought, I'm going to research that. And I really set out to essentially prove to myself that I couldn't take these products because of my, unique health issues. And instead, what I found as I cross-referenced, my thyroid concerns or my adrenal concerns with the ingredients that were listed as being in the products, I found that they actually were going to be a great complement to the regimen that I already had in place. And literally within a very short amount of time, about 3 weeks, I felt different. I looked different. I had a better mood. I had better rest. I just was doing better overall. That was the point at which my husband came to me and said, I don't know what this is that you're taking, but whatever it is, you need to stay on it for forever. And how can we get it as cheaply as possible? And that is really what got me interested in the business side of Plexus. So my initial draw was to the products themselves. As I mentioned before, a lot of what Sarah talks about in the book is specific to companies that, like I said, get paid on their organizational volume. And for a company like that, their customer base looks different than ours does, because whether you're sharing, the best skin line in the world, or skincare line in the world, or purses or jewelry or bags or leggings or whatever. None of those products are really life-changing. They might be great. They might have helped you clear up a skin problem, and that in and of itself is phenomenal, but most people aren't ordering skincare every month. Most people aren't ordering 31 bags or leggings or anything like that every month. What you need to know about our products is that they are absolutely life-changing. We have gotten them in the hands of people who were desperate to feel better, who were desperate to have more energy, who were desperate to be sleeping again, who were desperate to get off medications, and they have found incredible relief from Plexus. Now, I know that we are sharing in Facebook at a day and time where staying compliant with how we talk about the products can be very tricky. And you're never going to hear one of us not encourage you to be 100% within compliance. That's why I mentioned the product cards. Any information that is listed on the website, any information that is on the product cards can be shared via social media publicly, and you will be within compliance. But what about how you talk to people about the products and how you share your story or your journey, or maybe you borrow belief and share somebody else's journey as you're sitting down over coffee or as you're presenting in someone's home. I love the fact that Sarah points out in the book that facts tell, but stories sell. If you remember from chapter 2, she said, get really good at telling your story and get really good at telling your company's story. So remember that. Facts tell and stories sell. When you're sitting down to talk to somebody about our products, share whatever your history was, whatever your challenge was before the products. I just did that with you guys. I told y'all a little bit about my background and my journey. I didn't have to go into the 5 years that it was of struggle, but either way, you took away, your takeaway was knowing that I was at a place and a position in my life where I was looking for something to help. I was fatigued beyond belief. I was picking my kids up from school, plopping them in front of the TV so that I could take a nap. I didn't have the energy to go to the gym, and I was hanging on to 10 to 15 pounds of very much unwanted baby weight. And so that was kind of my history and my challenge. But because I had these diagnoses related to hormone and endocrine systems, I knew I had to be very careful about the products that I selected. So when I tell people about Plexus, that's something that I always make sure that I share with them, because I can't take just anything. I have to take something that is only going to be good for my body, that is not going to be heavily stimulant based, that is not going to put me into caloric restriction. The products have to be gluten-free. They have to be non-GMO. And Plexus, really, I could put a check mark beside all of those things. Share how you were introduced to the products. How did you find out about them? Are you like me and you saw somebody posting on social media about it? Or maybe it's a friend that introduced you. Maybe you went to lunch and she said, or maybe you noticed a change in her. Hey, what are you doing? You're usually so grumpy and you seem like you're in such a good mood. Share how you were introduced. I saw a girl posting about the products, and that is what intrigued me. What products did I start on? In the beginning, when I got on the products, we didn't have what we know. I mean, we had the individual Slim, BioCleanse, ProBio 5, but we didn't have them, what we know them as today as Triplex. So I really just started with the pink drink. I ordered, the girl that I ordered from encouraged me to order the Slim Accelerator combo. I don't think I ever even took the Accelerator Plus at that time, because I was, again, nervous because of some of my health conditions, and I never wanted to start too many things at one time. So I started just with the Slim. And like I said, within 3 weeks' time, I had better energy, better sleep, better mood. But my next issue was that I had developed, at the time I thought it was eczema on my legs. It was actually a form of psoriasis. And I was very insecure about the spots. I just remember it being February. That's when my anniversary is. And you know what happens on your anniversary. And so I was very insecure about those spots. And so I started looking at some of the other products that the company had to offer and read about the ProBio 5. And at the time, you could see all kinds of testimonials on Plex or on Facebook that are, no longer compliant to share. And so I actually found a couple of testimonials about the ProBio 5 and about psoriasis, and I ordered it. And y'all, it completely changed my skin. I mean, completely. I was at the point where my dermatologist was going to put me on Humira injections, and I knew what that could do to my immune system. And so that was a no-go for me. So I started with the ProBio 5 and the Slim, and then added in the BioCleanse, and I was hooked. From that point on, I was hooked. I decided to join as an ambassador, and I ordered the welcome pack that we had at the time that had a really large selection of the products. So that's basically the products that I started on. I've already told you guys that I saw within, a 3-week time period just on Slim alone some incredible results. But once I started on the ProBio 5 in March, by the time summer rolled around, the psoriasis was completely cleared up. So pretty narrow window of time right there. And so then she encourages us to share what the best part is. What is the greatest result that you have had from using these products? The greatest result that I have had from using these products is that I got me back. I got the person that I had always been, who had kind of gotten lost along the way because of the struggles and the journey that I had been on. Getting back my confidence, feeling good again, starting to exercise again, starting to incorporate things into my life, relationships and friendships, because I'd been so withdrawn. So the very best part for me of using the products is that I got me back. So that's a very simple format that you can begin using as you are sharing about the products, and training your new team members. Share your history or your challenge, share how you were introduced to the products, share which products you started on, share a time frame if there is one, and the best part of what your journey has been up to date. Or maybe the best part is what you're looking forward to about your journey. Now, what if I don't understand really? What if I'm not like you, Rach, and I don't have this love of research, and I don't even understand what some of the diagnoses that people are bringing to me are? How can I find resources for learning more? You can start to do the very thing that I did. You can start to look at our ingredients, and you can start to cross-reference those. So if you've got somebody that comes to you and they say, hey, my mom has lupus, do you think that Plexus could help her? Or, hey, my friend has an autoimmune condition. Do you think that Plexus can help her? Start to Google and look for articles, look for third-party validation that have to do with gut health and autoimmune. Those are two really easy things to Google that will bring up a wealth of information about it. Start to look at probiotics. And cross-referencing it with some of the concerns that people are coming to you with. Then you can go a little bit deeper and you can actually look at some of the ingredients, say on ProBio 5. You're going to, just researching on Saccharomyces boulardii alone, that's one of the incredible ingredients that's in our ProBio 5, is going to be amazing for you. And it's going to start to open up a lot of understanding about what these products do in terms of their bioavailability. Now, for me to go into each and every product on this particular call is not going to be conducive for any of us, but I actually did a product call for my team yesterday that I'm going to be sharing tomorrow with you guys. So make sure and watch that. And I will go through in that call and talk about almost every product that we have and specific recommendations for it that you can be making for people. Understand, and I cannot emphasize this enough, that that call is in no way compliant, so it cannot be shared as a way of recruiting potentials or a way of telling people about the products. It is there simply as a resource and a tool for you to train yourself on and for you to learn more about the products. And again, I will always reference you back to these cards. These are your first best resource to begin to understand what our products are and what they can be recommended for and what they can be used for. All of this, though, comes down to you interacting with people, for you doing your daily IPA and reaching out to people with your story. If you see somebody that is on Facebook, I've reached out to people before that have said that they're battling migraines or they're not sleeping well, or gosh, why does it seem like me and my family get every little bug that goes around? Those are great opportunities. As you see people posting things like that on Facebook, those are great opportunities for you to reach out and say, hey, I saw your post about you and your kids constantly getting sick. I have a great immunity combo, my company does, that I would love to talk to you about. Would you be interested in learning more about our probiotic and our multivitamin? If that mama is desperate, she is going to say yes, and that is a great opportunity for you to share the products in an entirely, not salesy, not high pressure kind of way. I hope that you guys feel more confident after watching today's video. I hope that I've encouraged you to start to really learn more about the products. I would encourage you to create as you find something that resonates with you about the products. If you're on some of the pages out there that are specific to, whatever different issues, start to create your own files for your team page, so that when somebody says, if somebody, messages you and says, tell me a little bit about your multivitamin, what are some of the specific things that you need to be able to tell them about those products? So I hope you'll tune in to the call tomorrow about the products, where we go a little bit more in depth, and I hope that you've got a takeaway from today about how to present the products with people as you're beginning your business and moving forward in your business. Take care and have a blessed evening.